Hello there! Today, we're taking a deep dive into the MSI Thin GF63, the best laptop you can get under $500. Without further ado, let's see what this laptop can do. Under the hood, the MSI Thin GF63 has an Intel Core i5-12450H processor and an RTX 2050 GPU with a 40-watt TGP. It also has 8 gigs of RAM and a 512 gigs M.2 SSD. Both of these are upgradable with the RAM having 2 slots and an extra 2.5-inch drive slot, aside from the M.2 slot the stock SSD already occupies. The GF63 can also be configured with up to an Intel i7 and an RTX 4060, but that means getting a price increase, and at that point, you should look at other gaming laptops. Moving on to the design, the GF63 sports a brushed aluminum lid and chassis. Now, while that sounds fancy, in reality it feels very flimsy and unreliable. You will notice quite a bit of keyboard flex, and if you push the lid too far back, the chassis panel can pop off. These are some of the trade-offs you might expect from one of the most budget-friendly gaming laptops on the market. Remember, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but you should be well aware of it. Now let's talk about the keyboard. It features a red backlight, but as I mentioned earlier, it has a fair amount of keyboard flex. This resulted in a keyboard that feels mushy and unresponsive, and it's quite uncomfortable for typing, especially for extended periods. However, it's still passable if you're going to use this laptop strictly for gaming. Moving on, the display on the GF63 is actually pretty decent. It's a 15.6-inch 1080p screen with a 144Hz refresh rate, which is great for smoother gaming experiences. However, it's worth noting that the display only covers 61% of the sRGB color space, so it may not be ideal for color-critical tasks. Additionally, with a maximum brightness of just 250 nits, it may struggle in bright environments. Another thing that this laptop falls behind on is its battery life. Under light loads, you can expect it to last around 3-4 hours, which is actually still a bit reasonable. However, if you're gaming or running resource-intensive apps, it can drop down to 1 measly hour. So, it's important to keep that charger handy when gaming. When it comes to connectivity, the MSI Thin GF63 offers a practical set of ports. You've got 3 USB-A 3.2 ports, 1 non-Thunderbolt USB-C port, and an HDMI port that can support up to 4K 30Hz. It even has separate headphone and microphone jacks, which is quite nice to see in a budget gaming laptop. Lastly, it also has an Ethernet jack, which comes in handy if you need lower latency internet when you're gaming. In conclusion, the MSI Thin GF63 proves to be a solid budget-friendly laptop that fulfills its intended purpose, especially for gamers on a budget. However, it's essential to keep in mind that while the MSI Thin GF63 performs well with games, it does reveal its price point through its build quality. But, while this has its quirks, it is still the best laptop you can get for $500. So, is the MSI Thin GF63 the budget-friendly laptop you've been searching for? Let us know in the comments below, and the link for the laptop is in the description box below. If you found this review helpful, please subscribe to our channel and ring that notification bell to stay updated on more tech reviews. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.